Get back!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Get Live Sessions. I'm your host, Shanaka Hodge, and I'm joined by an amazing guest today, Neo the Gift. How you doing today, Neo?
I'm blessed. How you?
Very well. Thank you so much for joining us today.
No doubt. Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about the song you're going to perform with us.
I'm going to do a song I did called Grateful. I made this song about 2009, wrote it probably about a week after the Oscar Grant situation. And it's just a really inspirational song, very concrete, very from the streets, but all around feel-good hip-hop record. So I'm going to be performing that today.
Okay. When the people hear it, what do you want them to take away from the song?
I mean, my lyrics are really conceptual, so, you know, everything I do is pretty much reality-based, and, you know, it's a lot of deep thought, you know, kind of spiritual thug, if you will, type of vibe to it, you know, kind of like a Tupac vibe, but I want people to, you know, just get the positive outlook from it. You know, basically what I'm saying is be grateful no matter how hard your situation. You know, things could always be worse, and, you know, you could have not woke up, you know, in the morning. So, you know, it's pretty much one of those songs where I want people to get the spiritual message behind it, and, you know, stay motivated, stay focused, and stay grateful that you're alive every day.
That's what's up. A lot of the folks that have come into the session today have had music that's affected by the place they grew up. Can you talk a little bit about where you're from and the reasons you're doing music because of that?
Yeah, I'm from Richmond, California. You know, we never really had any chances. You know, a lot of people look at Richmond, California like it's, you know, it's one of the most dangerous cities, and it is, you know, but a lot of people don't know that there's a lot of talent there, you know. So really what I want to do is I want to uplift the people, you know, in my community, as well as inner cities around the world, and different, you know, people from different walks of life, different struggles, and you know, Richmond being such a poor city and such a dangerous city, it inspires a lot of you know, deep thought kind of music, you know. So there's actually a lot of conceptual artists coming from where I come from, but there's also, you know, that gangster rap kind of feel, because, you know, all you can talk about is your surroundings. So, you know, coming up from Richmond, I mean, you can talk about anything from, you know, the same BS like money and cars and, you know, drugs and things of that nature, or you could talk about how to make it out of the game, or, you know, what it's like to be hungry, what it's like to starve, what it's like to watch your family, you know, lose jobs and going through tough times and trying times as families growing up in these trying times in these communities. So, you know, coming from Richmond, it's been a struggle, but, you know, only the strong survive.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Well, we're proud of you for surviving, and we appreciate the music.
Thank you.
I know that you have the opportunity to get out of Richmond and travel a little bit. I know you have, you know, a huge following in Germany, a huge following in China. Can you tell us a little bit about your experiences overseas?
China was actually my breakthrough back in 2006. It was about a month after I dropped my very first album, which was titled Blood, Sweat, and Triumph. I went by just The Gift back then. And I dropped an album. A month later, my album ended up on a desk of some really important people out there in China. And by late November, I became the first U.S. hip-hop artist to ever perform and distribute an independent hip-hop album in China, in the province of China. I was in the southern province of China called Guangzhou. It's probably about 120 million people in that province alone. And I went down there, I did about a 10 or 11-day tour, and it was just instant pandemonium. I'm talking about tour bus, you know, cameras following me everywhere I went, fresh off the plane. It was just instant pandemonium. I just couldn't believe that, you know, a kid like me from Richmond, California, where nobody has ever really made it out, could end up over here overseas. And that transpired into my face being on the cover of 33 million newspapers, 16 million like, you know, newsstand magazines, and I did 100,000 pre-orders in 24 hours after an audio fair. You know, I'm my own CEO and everything like that. So we were supposed to see a really, really big check, but, you know, due to some complications, being that the distance is just crazy. There's different kinds of laws and things like that. I ended up getting the short end of the stick, and, you know, didn't get my $800,000 check that they owed me.
Hey, China.
Yeah. But,
Guangdong Province, you owe my boy Neo $800,000 check. A Bay Area, don't sleep. He's big things in Germany, in China, in Japan.
China, just China.
Just China. He's a big thing overseas, so make sure that you know he's a big thing in your world as well. One more question for you, and that's about your experience so far. What made you want to collaborate with the Getback? Why are you here with us today?
I love the vibe here. I mean, you know, I'm a real hip-hop head, true hip-hop fan. I was raised around live bands. You know, my mother and father were in a band back in the day. Raised around live music all my life. I just like the vibe. And, you know, I respect, you know, other creative geniuses, other creative minds, and passionate artists and musicians that are, you know, passionate about what they do. So, you know, every time you come together with somebody like that, it's just a chemistry that, you know, you really can't deny. So, you know, I'm here today by God's will.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Okay, so how can the people get in touch with you, and what's the name of the album?
The name of the album is Superhero. It's out now. Hip-hop. I dropped in 2009. Got classic reviews on various blog sites. My Hero mixtape, which is a free download on www.neothegift.com, NIOTHAGIFT.com. You can find all the music there, wallpaper, and you know, videos, all the visuals. You can get in contact with me there, or you can hit me up on Facebook, Neo the Gift, or you can hit me on Twitter, twitter.com/Neo the Gift. That's NIOTHAGIFT.
If you forget any of that or all of that, there'll be links to Neo the Gift's music through the Getback site. You can go to www.thegetback.com. Check him out. Check out the other artists as part of this series. Thank you so much for rocking with us today. It's been a pleasure.
Pleasure.
Yeah.
What up, world? It's your boy Neo the Gift, rocking with the Get Band at the Get Live sessions here in Oakland, California, Rich City, Bay Area. Stand up. About to perform my hit single, Grateful. Tune in.